Athena sits in her home office, chatting with her rich friends about their next big event, hunting people for sport. The day arrives, and they all board a private jet for their twisted game. On the plane, Kelly, the flight attendant, offers Richard some caviar. He smugly declines, saying he already had some the night before. She then serves him champagne, but as she nervously pours, she accidentally drops the bottle when a huge man suddenly wakes up in the cabin. Richard wonders why he's awake, and it's clear they didn't use enough tranquilizer. The man, groggy and scared, starts mumbling. Ted, one of the elites, claims he's a doctor and tries to calm him down. He asks Kelly for towels and her pen. Then, shockingly, he stabs the man in the neck with the pen. The man, now in pain, grabs the dropped champagne bottle, knocks Ted down, breaks the bottle, and starts swinging it wildly. The elites panic. Athena sneaks up behind him and stabs him in the eye with her high heel. Ted drags the wounded man into a room, where he hears a girl scream before dying. Later, a blonde woman wakes up in the woods with a gag padlocked in her mouth. She struggles to remove it and spots Crystal, another gagged woman, by a pond. Blondie tries to get her attention, but is ignored, so she follows a man instead. They come to an open field with a giant wooden crate. More people show up, all gagged. The man grabs a crowbar and, lying next to the box, and pried it open without hesitation. Panic set in. Everyone scattered, the woman darting behind a large tree for cover. The lid creaked open, and the crowd froze, eyes fixed on the box, expecting a deadly creature to emerge. But to their shock, a small pig trotted out, oinking nonchalantly. Relieved, a bold man stepped forward and pulled out a shelf from inside the box, revealing an arsenal of weapons. Seeing this, the group slowly gathered, each arming themselves. Blondie finds keys taped inside the crate and uses them to unlock her gag and others. Now able to talk, they arm themselves and prepare to figure out what's going on. Their planning is cut short by gunfire. The elites begin shooting, picking them off one by one. Blondie tries to take cover, but is shot. The survivors flee to a barbed wire fence. An old man is hit with an arrow while climbing and tells the others to leave him. He's finished off with a grenade. 3 escapees find a gas station run by an elderly couple, Ma and Pop. They barge in, desperate for answers. The couple, scared, insists there's $200 in the cash register and asks not to be hurt. The group barricades the door and demands to know where they are. Ma and Pop say they're in Arkansas, which confuses them. One of the escapees calls the police, reporting Manor Gate, but the operator doesn't seem to care and promises to send help. One of the women eats some candy from the store but starts choking. It's poisoned. As the others try to help, Ma and Pop put on gas masks and release poison gas, killing them all. Turns out, Ma and Pop are part of the hunting party. They complain about the mess, clean up, and prepare for their next victim. Athena radios them. Checking in, they report killing 3 people. She warns them that Crystal is heading their way and will arrive in 5 minutes. Ma and Pop get back into character. When Crystal enters, she cautiously asks for cigarettes and pays with cash hidden in her shoe. She asks where she is, and they say Arkansas. Pop reaches for his gun, but Crystal suddenly slams Ma's head into the counter, grabs Pop's gun, and shoots him. Ma begs for mercy, but Crystal coldly replies, cigarettes are $6 in Arkansas, before finishing her off. Disappointed, she opens the cigarette box to find it empty. She searches the store and finds the dead trio. Grabbing their radio and some bullets, she heads outside, where she finds an old truck. After inspecting it, she realizes it has European plates and is rigged to explode. Crystal listens to the elite's radio chatter. Athena orders Richard to find her with a drone. He sends it to the gas station, but Crystal shoots it down. Confused, the elites go radio silent. Gary appears, stomps on the drone, and approaches the truck. Crystal whistles to get his attention. He's cautious, but she warns him about the booby trap. Convinced she's not a threat, he follows her to some train tracks she found. While walking, Gary shares his theory about the hunt, claiming it's based on an article he read about elites hunting people for sport. He forwarded it to 50 friends. Their conversation is interrupted by an approaching train. They run and jump on, barely making it. Inside, they hear noises and find frightened refugees. Gary suspects they're actors and mocks them, pointing out the baby. Crystal insists it looks real, but Gary sarcastically calls it a crisis baby. He counts down, threatening to shoot. Before he can act, the train stops abruptly. Soldiers board, rounding up the immigrants. Crystal convinces Gary to hide his gun and cooperate. The soldiers ignore them, confusing Gary. They approach the leader, who turns out to be Mike, an elite in disguise. Mike admits the train stop wasn't planned and offers them a head start. Enraged, Gary tackles Mike and shoves a grenade in his pants. Everyone evacuates before Mike explodes. Crystal and Gary are separated and sent to a refugee camp. Crystal meets Dino, an English-speaking official who asks for her papers. She deflects by asking where she is. Dino reveals that Don, another survivor, told him about the hunt. Don arrives, and after questioning, they're released into the camp. Don, who dreams of exposing Manor Gate, babbles about getting justice, but Crystal only cares about survival. Soon, a U.S. government agent arrives, promising to help. However, his questions hint they were targeted for their actions. Crystal realizes he's lying, kicks him out of the moving car, and takes control. She reverses to ensure he's dead, while Don panics. They get out and open the trunk, finding Gary's corpse. Don quiets down. They also discover a map. Crystal studies it, while Don counts the victims, realizing they're the last ones left. Just then, the pig from earlier appears, joining them as they move on. That night, the elites set up camp, nervously preparing to finish the hunt. But their clumsiness reveals their inexperience with weapons. Sergeant Dale instructs the group to stay quiet. Richard sneaks out to use the toilet, but is killed in the forest. Suspicious noises prompt Dale to put everyone on high alert. Suddenly, a pig falls into the bunker, and the elites panic, wasting their ammo on it. As they regroup, Crystal drops in, shooting one of them in the head and sparking a shootout. She disarms Sergeant Dale and knocks him down. Peter escapes, but is wounded. Crystal kills Liberty with her own arrow and shoots the doctor. She snipes Peter as he crawls away. Dale reappears and attacks, but Crystal takes him down with a broken pipe. Don finally shows up, earning Crystal's sarcastic thanks. She interrogates Liberty, who mocks him before Crystal finishes her off. Meanwhile, Athena listens through the radio, taunting Crystal by pretending Don was one of them. When Don hesitates to respond, Athena shoots him. After confirming Don's death, Crystal tracks down Dale, who reveals Athena's location and warns she's the most skilled of the group. Realizing Crystal's military background, he's impressed, but Crystal ends him after getting the intel. Flashback to a year ago, a leaked group chat revealed Athena and her friends joking about hunting people. The comments went viral, costing them their jobs. Seeking revenge, they decided to make the rumor real by targeting 12 vocal conspiracy theorists. Back in the present, Crystal arrives at Athena's estate. Athena demands she disarm before entering. Inside, Athena casually cooks while explaining their mistake. They kidnapped the wrong Crystal. But this Crystal, a deadly veteran, doesn't care. Their conversation escalates into a brutal fight. They smash through the house, trading blows. Athena pulls a shotgun, but Crystal disarms her. Athena stabs Crystal with a blender attachment, but Crystal uses it to her advantage, bear-hugging Athena to death. Crystal patches herself up with a kitchen torch and boards Athena's private jet, dressed in her clothes. She orders the pilot to take her home, enjoying champagne and caviar as the movie ends. Thanks for watching.